All right, let's talk about something you're seeing everywhere, even if you don't have a name for it yet: vibe marketing. This is a massive shift in how brands are trying to connect with us in a world that's just, well, saturated with ads. It's this move away from just selling a product to selling a feeling. And, as we're about to see, AI is the powerhouse making it all happen. So let's jump right in. So let me ask you this. Think about your favorite coffee shop. Are you really just buying caffeine? Or are you buying that whole experience? You know, the cozy lighting, the smell of the beans, that feeling like you belong there. That right there is the core idea. It's not about what you sell, it's about how you make people feel. So, what exactly is vibe marketing officially? Well, it's all about that instant energy a brand gives off. It's way less about the specs and features and way more about creating a real, honest to goodness emotional connection. You can almost think of it as the brand's personality in motion. It's always working to make you feel like, hey, they get me. I'm part of this. Okay, but why now? Why is everyone suddenly obsessed with vibes instead of just talking about features and benefits? Let's dig into why this shift from product-led to feeling-led marketing is happening right now. You know, the simple truth is, we've kind of seen it all. We are bombarded with ads 24/7, and let's be honest, we can spot marketing spin from a mile away. Most products these days have pretty similar features, so that's not a real advantage anymore. The new battleground, it's all about emotion. Brands are finally figuring out that the fastest way to cut through all that noise is to send a clear, authentic, emotional signal. And it's super important to get a few key ideas straight here. Your brand, that's the big picture, your mission, your core values. Your aesthetic is the look and feel, the fonts and colors. But the vibe, that's totally different. That's your brand's personality in action. It's dynamic. It's the energy you feel in a single tweet or even a DM with customer service. It's how your brand feels, right here, right now. And this really gets to the heart of the difference. Think about it. Traditional marketing pushes a message at you: buy this, it has these features, and it hopes you'll click. Vibe marketing, on the other hand, pulls you in with an energy, with a feeling, hoping you'll connect. It's a huge shift from a one-way broadcast to a real two-way conversation that actually builds a community around the brand. So, if vibe is all about being human and authentic, you might be wondering, where does technology fit into all of this? Well, here's the twist. AI has become this secret weapon that lets brands create and scale this feeling-driven approach like never before. Let's see how they're doing it. Look, in the past, creating a consistent vibe across all your content, that took huge teams and even bigger budgets. But now, AI tools have totally leveled the playing field. They're like a powerful creative assistant, helping businesses of any size go from a cool idea to actual execution in record time. It's a game changer. And brands are using this stuff in some incredibly smart ways. For instance, predictive AI can literally forecast how an audience might emotionally react to a campaign before it even goes live. Conversational AI can handle thousands of customer chats, and every single one maintains your brand's unique tone of voice. It's all about using tech to be more consistently human, but at a massive scale. And this isn't just some abstract theory. These are real tools that brands are using every single day. You've got AI for writing awesome copy, for creating stunning visuals, for analyzing what's actually working, and even for spotting the next big trend before it blows up. The toolkit for crafting a killer vibe isn't just for the big guys anymore. It's right there for everyone, and it's getting more powerful by the day. And hey, this isn't just about fluffy feelings, it's serious business. It's good for the bottom line. A McKinsey study found that AI personalized content strategies, which are a huge part of this, can boost return on investment by up to 40%. That is a massive number, and it proves that connecting on an emotional level, well, it drives very, very real results. But of course, it's not all sunshine and roses. It's never that simple, right? Relying too heavily on this amazing new technology comes with a major, major risk, something we can call the authenticity trap. This quote really just hits the nail on the head. AI is an incredibly powerful tool, for sure, but it doesn't have a soul. It lacks genuine human understanding. It has no idea what your story is, what your passion is, or the real why behind your business. And that why, that's the bedrock of any authentic connection. So the real trap here is thinking that just because AI can pump out 100 posts a day, you're automatically building a stronger vibe. But in reality, the opposite can be true.
Over-automating can just create this flood of generic, soulless content that feels hollow and actually starts to break down the trust you're working so hard to build.
So here are the big vibe killers you absolutely have to avoid. First, a pretty design is not a vibe if there's no heart behind it. Chasing every single trend just makes you look desperate and confused. And please remember, no amount of cool content will ever make up for a bad product or terrible customer service. The vibe has to be backed up by real substance. So what's the answer? How do you use these incredible new tools without falling right into that authenticity trap? Well, it all comes down to building a smart, balanced strategy. The solution isn't to run away from AI. It's to form a true partnership with it. The absolute best approach combines that uniquely human creativity, vision, and strategy with the insane efficiency and scale that only AI can provide. And this right here is the golden rule. Use AI as your creative assistant, not your creative director. You bring the vision, the story, the authenticity. AI just helps you scale it. That's the partnership. So what does this actually look like in practice? Here's a simple playbook. Step 1, figure out the core feeling you want to create. That's your emotional anchor. Step 2, express that feeling everywhere, consistently. Step 3, use social media as your testing ground to see what really resonates with your audience. Step 4, once you find a winner, use AI to scale that vibe up. And finally, step 5, you have to measure the right things to know if you're truly connecting. And that brings us to a really important point, measurement. Success in vibe marketing isn't just about counting clicks and open rates anymore. It's about looking for deeper signals of connection. Are people saving your posts? Are they sharing them with friends? What's the actual sentiment in the comments? Are they happy, inspired, excited? These are the metrics that prove you're building a real emotional bond. Looking ahead, the big idea is to create what are being called agentic brands. Just think of them as brands that use AI to think, feel, and act consistently across every single touch point, almost like a single consciousness that's always on brand. But, and this is the key part, always guided by a clear, human-defined strategy. So the final question to leave you with is this. Is the future of your brand just about having a certain style, or is it about building a system that can actually feel,